Welcome to. I just want to say one thing, y'all. This is an example of why I try to tell black women to not call into this man's show. The biggest pit Mishas out there is Tiffany M. Draper and Real Talk. All I'm going to say is plus size women get called bitch Shirleys by ugly, insecure men who don't got their stuff together. Excuse the noise in the background. But plus size women, which are big women, always get shamed and humiliated and embarrassed for their flaws and imperfections. No woman is perfect. I have a friend guy. I have a homeboy that is an engineer. Real high earning men do not care whether you is a 5, 6. Okay, some of them don't discriminate. They don't care if you plus size. They don't care if you plus size. Just to put that out there. But some of these men, like I said, it ain't all on, but some is conditioned by Kevin. And they feel like, oh, he the GOAT, this, that, and the third. Typical, angry black women, over-sexualized black women, Oh, yeah, and I do my research from time to time. I'm not with this, statistics. I'm not into that, and I don't go by that because sometimes that ain't even true, about the statistics. What I will say is, I did a research about Sarah Bartman, that was over sexualized, abused. But anyways, I'll get to that on another live. My bedroom. I am the now self-proclaimed 40-year-old brat and still single. Okay. And this way come it when you over 40, especially over 40, you in no man's land because you having difficulty dating. You in the danger zone. There's no hope. Okay, you might as well get some cats or buy a dog. The insults, the humiliations, the blame and the fault about your weight, your dress size. Here it go with the danger zone, and you done hit the wall, your eggs dried up, you ain't no good, don't no man want you. But once again, Kevin don't speak for all men. They even say that in the comment section. Kevin don't speak for all men. Every man preference is not skinny, petite women. Continue. And I'm just here to talk about what that means. What it means to be 40 years. Why bully? I have seen some people, doing reaction videos to this woman. Why bully? Why be a bully, okay? Why be a bully? Why some black people can't come together in the community? That's all what I'm for. Black people coming together. Why bully? Tear down, try to destroy. Why be disrespectful, evil, disingenuous towards plus size women, big Shirleys? That's for little kids. The bullying, the trying to roast and go in and flame up and, drag for filthy. Continue. I can't deal. Old and what it means to be a brat. I want this to be a transparent blog. series of conversations with grown women and for grown women about dating, about Black femininity, and also I will be screen recording. She's starting to become, somebody that I really like to watch. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna be about don't be feminine for men. About overall wellness for Black and Indigenous people of color. So come on in, get cozy. I just want to say 40-year-old Brett, I know she got her comments disabled because, of course, a lot of triggered Black men gonna come in her comment section and call her names like Bitch Shirley, Landwell, all type of stuff, out of trigger, and hurt they traumas, but they need therapy, But anyways, continue. I got my popcorn, okay. I got some wine over here. I got my candles. Sis look unbothered, to be honest. She look like she unbothered, dating, she don't even really seem like she worrying about dating. Yeah, she admitted she got difficulties in dating, but hey, everybody have a problem with dating. Whether you're a skinny person or a big person. I don't see what's the hype about. In the background, I don't think you can see them in the frame. Let's talk about it. So, honestly, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for quite a long time, or a podcast of some sort, but recently I was interviewed on the Kevin Samuels show, and he called me a 40-year-old spoiled brat. There's nothing wrong with having men to spoil you and do things for you willingly. Y'all, I'm gonna do a whole live about pretty girl privilege. I never really thought it mattered, but it do matter. I just want to let y'all know that when you are an attractive woman, you can get in the club for free. Now I will agree with Kevin Samuels about that. When you're a very attractive woman, you get special treatments. I've got it all my life. I've had it all my life. Special treatments. For the ones out there that feel like, Big Shirley, don't nobody want her. Don't nobody want Big Shirley. Don't nobody want big women. Big women ain't the trend no more. Big women are played out. Shout out for that app. I don't forgot how to say it, but I'm gonna just say the Beat app. For having it where men don't have no choice but to like date big girls. We've been bullied, and talked about for years, and discriminated for years, slandered and bullied for years. Continue. If you type that in, you will see it, and you will be able to find the video. And so I'm sort of here. Well, it just propelled me because I was so appalled by Kevin and his show, and even appalled just how my video has been characterized and now that it's been edited and reproduced. As y'all can see, I'm just for now on just gonna do I'd rather just do reaction videos because I don't got time for immature non-open-minded men that don't know how to be logical and have a conversation. I ain't got time for men disrespecting me, calling me out my name, calling me Bitch Shirley. It's immature. I leave it up to other women to actually just really do whole videos about Kevin. Because any woman do videos about Kevin. If you don't agree with Kevin on some things, you don't agree with everything, you're going to get attacked. They come at you like pit bulls. But continue. And it has received so many views, over 175,000 views. And so I felt like I needed an opportunity to more accurately and thoroughly explain myself. The reproduced video was produced. As y'all can see, she got my reaction to a reproduced interview with Kevin Samuels, darling. To maintain high standards while imperfect. She meanwhile being imperfect and having flaws. Maybe a bad past. You know. Background. Without context. Without, if you had watched it and you haven't been following Kevin, which I don't recommend, especially to women, if your confidence is unstable, I would not recommend it for you. I've got tremendously thick skin, so I was prepared for the beatdown that Kevin likes to dish out. And so I don't recommend, you get into it, but go ahead and check out the video if you're interested. So I'm just here today to really just talk about how I really felt about the video and what I really meant by that. So yeah, get cozy. And if you don't know him, I still think this will be an interesting conversation for you all. So yeah, he called me a 40-year-old spoiled brat, and my response to that was, I can accept that. I feel like anytime men are jealous and envious of women who having high self-esteem and women who want more from men, what is wrong with that? Can some men who follow Kevin do a video telling me in a respectful way what is wrong with women wanting more from a man? I don't see no problem with it. If she's not a black woman that's a gold digger, what's the issue with being a spoiled brat? I want to be the same when I get her age. That's kind of feminine to me. Rainbowish, men following men type mindset. Sis, I can't. I mean, out of all the heterosexual men out there, real heterosexual men who love us, shout out to all of them that stay doing videos defending black women, justifying for black women. I ain't talking about behaviors, because all black women don't have behaviors. These stereotypes, this, mocking black women agenda, for clicks and views, over-sexualized stereotypes. Typical this, typical that. Yeah, there are people that really genuinely hate black men who follow Kevin. I'ma just put it out there because they think like white men, they talk like white men, they act like white men, they dress like white men. How can you be against your own women? How can you not take up accountability and responsibility and seek therapy for yourself and then try to get a woman? Wait till you get yourself together, sir. Just put that out there. All of the mean things Kevin Samuel says to black women, I mean, how he just degrades us. I mean, just in so many ways. I would never just put myself on Front Street and say I'm highly educated. I got a PhD and all the rest of that stuff, because misogynist black men who are jealous and envious, they don't want to hear about your career or your money because they jealous. They hating. Kevin can't stand women with careers, degrees. It make his blood boil. Without using profanity, but in so many ways. I mean, if that was the best he could do, Listen, I've been called worse by better, okay? So I can fully accept that because you know what it means to him? What me being a spoiled brat meant to him is that I dare to have high standards while being imperfect. I'm going to repeat that. Kevin Samuels called me a spoiled brat, a 40-year-old spoiled brat, because I dare to maintain high standards while being imperfect. I'm about to get that cover. I'm doing something. I'm about to come back. I'm doing something right now. I'm going to come back. I'm doing something. Honestly, I'm not mad at that. I'm going to embrace it. And I hope you will too. Where my brats at? Okay? Where my brats at? Because I know so many. They're going to try to pull that angry black woman card and say she angry. She ghetto. She frustrated. It's coming. I'm just waiting because I saw Tiffany M. Draper, one of the pickn, do a video on Sansaray. The spiritual whistleblower. Yeah, she got a lot of people. They hurt her. They hurt her. They hurt her. They hurt her. They crying in their car. Crying in the car. The other intelligent, beautiful, brilliant, dynamic, successful. Black women are loved and appreciated by men who got their traumas together, who have overcame their childhood traumas, who have, learned to accept responsibility, and accountability for not being fathers in the community, for being sperm donors, for getting women pregnant and acting like they the crazy ones. Continue. Feminine. I could go on. Black women. Just like BBW lovers. Plus size lovers. How y'all doing, fellas? Let these men who hate big women, let them know that y'all love big women. Y'all not ashamed. Me. Who can admit their faults and still only accepting the greatest for themselves and in their lives. And if something's wrong with that, I don't want to be right. Okay? So come on in here, sis. Come on in here. Let's sip some wine and let's talk about it. Okay? Let's talk about it. Get your pajamas on. She do what I do. She just be sipping. She like it is what it is. Let's get cozy. All right, so I wonder if we start putting black men down the way they say we put them down, how would they feel if we put them down the way they put us down? Because Kevin do it, so they so bold and brave and cocky to put black women down and put other races of women on a pedestal. I wonder how would they feel if the shoe was on the other foot and we tell them what they can't have and what they can't qualify for. And that they in no woman's land. They in the danger zone. They hit the wall. Their kids have dried up completely. They need to take care of their prostate. Stop using anti-age cream. Stop using penis injections to make their penis grow bigger. Checkmate, sis. Who gonna shoot the messenger? I'm just the messenger.
I'm trying to think of a way to, redefine brat in a way that, like I just said, that we can really embrace that term and own it. Let's take it from Kevin and claim it as our own, our badge of honor. That's right, damn it. Okay, I'm a 40-year-old brat. Get at me. Okay? Seriously. Maybe brat should stand for brilliant. Or maybe it should be beautiful. Or maybe it should just be bossy.
And they don't like when we say that because they like y'all are strong queens. Y'all don't need black men to protect y'all. Nigga, what? So if we cuss and we do all this stereotype stuff, we not queens. Well, y'all not kings, okay?
Okay? Whichever one works for you. I'm going to go with beautiful, resourceful, authentic, and catch this, timeless. Okay? Because the last time I checked, black don't crack. And I'm happy about this woman I've become at 40. Yes, I have some regrets. Yes, I've made some mistakes. Yes, there are so many areas of my life in which
What mistakes have toxic, misogynist black men have made? Poor choices, poor decisions. When are they going to take up accountability and responsibility themselves instead of just blaming it on us? If black women didn't exist, if we didn't exist at all, and it was just other races of women who they lift up and put on a pedestal, who would they have to talk about to get clicks and views, my darling? Jessica X talks about black women 24/7 in person. It's not a threat, but people gonna start really noticing that catfish ain't gonna come for the neck. They gonna beat that ass. Facts. The karma is coming.
would like to improve upon. But I am still beautiful, resourceful.
And she's not being confrontive, combative. She's not being none of those stereotypes. She handling herself like a lady. So don't come for her, or I'ma come for y'all. Out of love, y'all know I will. Because I came for Kevin. And if too many people, I'm all about women empowerment. Okay? People need to look up women empowerment, look up the definition so you can know what women empower stands for and means. You don't be one-sided and take sides with misogynist men. When you for women empowerment, I would never do what Tiffany M. Draper do, who used to always talk about Kanika Jenkins. Or real talk, who be in other people comment section on other people channels, being two-sided, playing two sides of the fences. That's fake backstabbing and cutthroat towards the manosphere. Save yourself, black men. Men going their own way. Correction. Sis, that's not it.
Authentic and timeless. Come on now. Where my brats at? Okay? All right.
Black women, real black women can take being held accountable. Just not 24/7. Black women shouldn't be held accountable 24/7 for those types of men who chose poorly, who made decisions and choices poorly, which are dusties. and can't qualify for the women that they want. So they listen to Kevin, you know, to try to get women, but it ain't working. They ain't got no woman. They got all this money. They brag about all this money they got, about them being high value and women being low value. But where is the money when y'all boyfriend is being exposed for not paying child support? Sus, Kevin is so hurt. He's so obsessed and infatuated with us modern women. All he talk about on his channel, his YouTube page, is modern women can survive. We can survive without misogynists. Men, any black woman can survive by divesting what he calls swirling, dating out of your race. Yes. Yes, y'all like to say, you know, yes, it is. Yeah, ghetto gaggers is real. Everybody know what porn is. That's not the excuse. That's not the reason why some non-black men like to talk to black women. It's not because they want to gag them. Sick-minded men need to read books, do their research. I don't know what their channel is. Truth for brothers, whatever it is. About the ghetto gaggers. Won't come for the men who abuse women on ghetto gaggers. What they have to do with Kevin Samuels being disingenuous and evil in the black community. He need to be held accountable for being evil and disingenuous. He's abusive. I don't care who get mad. Who gonna check me in real life about Kevin? He's abusive. He's hurt. He got past traumas. He got women issues. He got mommy issues. He got wifey issues. He got little boy syndrome. He haven't grown up all the way. He's 50 something years old. He had to pay Tommy Lee to come on his show, to go on a date with him. Word in the street. He photoshopped a lot of stuff. Come on, be real. That's not a leader. Pookie and Ray Rays are shook.
So, Kevin, take that. Now, for those of you who don't really know Kevin, or followed him again, I'm not recommending it, but I was doing my own research. Be honest, I've been having this idea to create my own channel, like I said, in my own podcast. And so I just been listening to a lot of different bloggers and came across Kevin Samuels' platform and was really appalled and simultaneously amazed at his following.
And I'm just gonna say this: black women should be held accountable for their wrongdoings. If they haven't did anything wrong 24/7, stop blaming them from the past. I'm tired of this, oh, when I was in high school, No.
And I just, I couldn't believe that so many men were just big up in him.
Those are men, sis, who can't hold their own. Those are men who needs validation. Those are men who need their ego stroked. Real men don't need validation or their ego stroked or to boost up their self-esteem, to put women down and tell them what they can't have and what they don't qualify for. Telling black women it's too late, but men are still in their DM trying to holler at them, trying to talk to them. It's a waste of time doing it 24/7 on the YouTube internet.
With his rhetoric. And so it just, as pitiful as it was, sometimes we're drawn to that. And so I just had to keep watching and just hoping that maybe something would click for me.
You cannot watch him. He is all for tearing your self-esteem down and lifting the men's self-esteem up. That's gay. Why watch somebody that's just gonna tear a woman's self-esteem down? He telling black women to stop having high self-esteem, stop getting highly of yourself, notch it down a little bit, lower your standards. I'm not for it.
And then I actually was convinced to call in one day because Kevin was talking about how black women don't understand what men want in the dating world.
These are a different group of men who he's talking about. Kevin don't have no clients. Kevin pay people to be his clients. That's not high value. I cannot.
And don't know how to find a man or a husband because of the absence of black fathers in our lives.
That has nothing to do with it. He always talking about the broken homes, but what about his broken home? When is Kevin gonna tell people about his broken home, his mommy issues, his women issues that he have with women? He's clearly delusional. He clearly have women issues. I see it all over him whenever I go to his YouTube channel. The delusion. He need to wake up to reality. Them days he lived in, it ain't them days no more.
There's a lot, that I can give credit to Kevin Samuels for because you know what? It's a free country, free speech. I believe in all that. Speak your truth.
Speak your truth, but you don't gotta abuse people when you speak your truth. You don't gotta be abusive and disingenuous. And because people don't agree with him, people shouldn't wanna, because you don't agree with Kevin, especially if you don't know Kevin personally. You haven't been around this man all your life. You shouldn't want to get in people comment sections and attack them. Okay? Do your research before you go so hard for somebody and call them the Godfather. Okay? Do your research. Gay mentality. Gay much.
And I do believe he's speaking from his little hurt boy within him, but it's still his truth.
As I said, he's hurt from his traumas. He need therapy himself. He tell other people to seek therapy. We all have been through some things. He have been through some things, but he trying to act like he don't need therapy. Somebody please tell Kevin Samuels to seek therapy. Do some self-healing. Do some self-reflecting. Not deflecting, because that's what he got his male followers doing. Deflecting. Thinking they the prize. Knowing that women are the prize. The poor black man got people triggered as the spiritual whistleblower. As I had people triggered. Real recognize real people always get called haters, clout chasers. Continue.
truth, right? So I'm like, okay, that's what he thinks, but that one just didn't sit well with me. I was like, I gotta call him right now because my father is amazing. All right, amazing. And not only is my father, but my brothers are amazing. I have two brothers. I mean, I don't know a black woman who loves black men as much as I do. Okay,
As I have said, I love black men too. So I agree with her on that. Because I love black men to death. I just don't got love for the ones who are misogynists and hate women and delusional about hating women. But they complain about us. They whine and exaggerate about us 24/7. No matter what you do, it's not good enough. And then they got these catfish ex caping for them 24/7 to get donations. I don't get it.
like, and we all do love black men. We really do, but I especially do. And so I'm like, well, I'm 40, I'm single, and I'm having a hard time dating out here for a lot of reasons, but that is not one. Okay. So I called to defend black men. That was really the purpose of my call. Um, and of
Because all black men are not hateful, pitiful, disingenuous, and misogynist. They're not misogynists. All black men do not hate black women. Not the real ones. They appreciate and love and care for us. But those misogynist men always say sympathy, empathy is being weak, honest is strength. Where they get that from? All these terms and logics that they get instead of, if you can't think for yourself and you gotta have a other man to think for you, that is gay. Come up with your own words. Shame, guilt, and assault. Black women are so angry. But black women get talked about 24/7. Black women get left with babies. It's the black woman's fault because she didn't tell him to use a condom. I don't get it. Makes sense.
course, Kevin takes over with his own narrative, as he should on his platform. And so the conversation just went really in a different direction. Um, but that was my intention. And he tried to say that because my father's so much older, that he was, from a different generation. And of course, my father did. He raised me to just keep my eye on the prize, um, which meant for him, stay focused on your education and your career, and you will ultimately meet a man along your path who's aligned with your interest.
And you have your own path. Can't nobody tell you what path. Okay? You got your own path. You got your own preference, like men's do. Kevin is just this man tell the truth about things, but this man is so judgmental and hateful and jealous of women. I'm sorry. I can't deal.
And your goals in life, and as long as you're focused on you, boo, you will find him. You don't need to do any more work than that. Just focus on building your career. And so Kevin was saying, like, no, I could see why he would say that because that was true for his generation, but not, that isn't.
Generations is not a part of the discussion. He loved to pull in irrelevant points that has nothing to do with it. Kevin needs to grow up. I don't know, 51, however old he is, he need to grow up. This man, he loved to bring up irrelevant points. They had nothing to do with
true for our
India. You need to be all right. Put it on mute. Ooh, I'm doing something. I am doing something. I'm telling you about your stamps. I'm doing something, Mom.
generation. So I kind of agree with that. Like, so my father gave me, the best advice he could give me. And Kevin's absolutely right, because these men, well, let me not say Kevin was right, but in the sense that my father led me wrong in that regard is right, because in my field, psychology and education, from undergrad to the doctoral level, there couldn't be more women. I mean, and men in general, even white men, were rare in my classroom. So, let alone black men. So, yes, it was quite misleading in that regard. But like so many of us black women, I was just focused on my career.
Misleading and misinformation.
And not really focused on finding a man. I figured that would just all work itself out in time. And
which it will. Kevin just want to have black women as slaves and servants because he feel like that's all black women are good for. Black women who he call average and unattractive, ugly, but good looking women get different treatments. How does that work? And he insecure himself because real men do not come after women looks, talking about your dress size, want to know how much you weigh. As I said, you can do that for the wrong men and you'll still get cheated on. You'll still get beat, abused, left, etc., etc.
so I'm calling Kevin because, one, I wanted to say, you're wrong. It's not about necessarily about the absence of fathers in our lives. But I wanted to see. I was just kind of curious to see, like, what else he would say. So he has this thing where he gets on everybody about every woman who calls in. He wants to know first your name, where you're from, and then he wants to ask you your dress size, your weight, and your height. Dress size, weight, height. So I was ready for it, honey. I was ready for it. And in Kevin's mind, anybody over about a size 5, 5'6", he plays the Oompa Loompa song on them. Like, for real. Okay, so when I told him that I'm 5'8" and a size 12, he immediately put on the do 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 do. Oh, but I was ready for it, y'all. I was ready for it. So, anyways, I don't want to spend this whole time just talking about Kevin, but I wanted to give you some background on why I'm here. I wanted to talk to you because while weight, maybe, I'm not going to say that. Weight has been a non-issue for me in my dating life, okay? I may have been maybe insecure in my own, with my own, like, self-image at certain times because I put on more.
Sis, it is normal to feel insecure. All women go through it. You have insecurities, but you also have an insecurity past that will remind you to not love yourself because of what others think about you or see you as. You shouldn't be insecure. You are beautiful. And it is a man out there. I don't know if he's skinny, big, or whatever, but it's a man out there that will love you, appreciate you, and accept you. Lift you up, motivate you, encourage you, even pray with you, pray for you, be there to the very end. Long lasting, will grow old with you. And he won't be superficial or materialistic. Superficial or materialistic, period.
Weight or, lost weight or what have you. But never have I met a black man who didn't embrace curves.
There are plenty out there who love curves. There are plenty men out there that love curves. Suits, they everywhere. And they come from the men who love curves. I got curves. We curvy over here. Okay? We ain't eating no skinny popcorn. We ain't drinking no skinny milkshakes over here. But we healthy. What they say, we hefty. Hefty. Okay?
Never. Period.
Period.
Okay? So he talks about this high value man, and that high value men, which he means are like the 80, making $80,000.
10%. And honey, I don't see it. Where's the 10%? What they at? Online or in person? Is they on apps? Where is they? The 10% of high value men, where are they? Where? Where? In his mind? Where?
There's enough, which is a problem in itself, because why are we equating high value with income? Okay, that I don't understand. But that's his framework, okay? So he's saying if we want a high value man, an 80K or up.
And Kevin Samuels, 3 years. Boys. Sweet masculinity. Sweet masculinity.
Earning man, then we need to be fit, cooperative, friendly, submissive. Okay?
That's to make you as a slave.
And that fit requirement, he actually said he wants to see your collarbones, okay, sticking out. Okay, you can't see mine. All right? He said he won't date a woman if she doesn't have one of those belly rings that she can show off. Okay, so he means like
Kevin is a little old fashioned. Kevin a little old fashioned. He living in his times, his days,
skinny women.
He see you as obese and overweight. That's how he see big women. That's how he follows. He condition his followers to see big women. If you hate big women, they so obese and disgusting and a disgrace. Overweight, fat, obese.
So, listen, I don't know these black men he's talking about, but I know high value men. I know several. I mean, I've been around them my entire life. Okay.
Me too.
Hey, I have friends who are, men who are doctors, lawyers, professors,
Preach.
engineers. Okay. Um, I know lots of high earning men. All right.
Preach it, sis. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Us curvy girls gotta go home. For the ones that's not healthy, like I told y'all, y'all can be healthy. You know.
And honestly, those black men still appreciate a woman with curves. Now, I'm not here endorsing obesity. Absolutely not.
We don't endorse obesity. Never. I don't. I'm not obese. But I don't look down on women who are. You don't know, the situation, what caused them to be that. So I don't see how, you got these men who make fun of women, body structure. You're not a real man, sir, if you can make fun of big women and you skinny like a toothpick or a hot dog or a hamburger bun, or you so skinny where if a storm come it could blow you away. Poof.
Black folk, men and women, we do. We need to do better.
I know some. I just want to say this. I know some skinny people like skinny people, but the skinny people need to be with the skinny people and stop talking about the big people. Leave us alone. Y'all stay on y'all skinny side. We stay on our big side. Be healthy. Okay?
We need to do better with our fitness. We need to do better with our nutrition, for sure. But for him to be...
Of course. I agree with that. I always agree with that. But people fail to see that. People ignore real facts. But if you don't agree with this man, they Captain Saber Kevin Samuels
out here talking about if you're not skinny and thin as a rail.
If you're not skinny and thin as a rail, a man still will talk to you. There are men who desire big women. Let me just put that out there.
And if we want to get a high value man, that we need to lose weight, and that being 40, you're already out. Your value is already decreased tremendously just by being over the age of 26 in his mind. Okay. So
your value don't over decrease. That's something he made up to pick on women. He love to pick on women. And then when people come at him, he try to act like the victim. Stop playing the victim, Kevin, when you is bullying women. Real men don't bully women or pick on women. Try to help women. Try to genuinely help them. But you don't got no genuine bone or sympathy bone in your body. Because you hate them. Because you done been through with black women. So you feel like all black women are the same. You paint all black women as bad. Because of one bad apple.
I digress. But essentially, I just wanted to address those three things about the video. And one was, I love black men. I am not a woman, as he tried to put, who is only interested in a man making a certain income. Now, what I did say was, I want a man who can have an intellectual conversation with me. He tried to say that I only wanted a man that had made 80,000 or more. I said, no, that was his stipulation. Okay. I told him about past relationships I've had where men were more average earners. What I was trying to explain is that I am a highly educated black woman now. And he has a whole thing against PhDs and...
That's jealousy.
Thinks PhDs should just get a dog. If you're a woman with a PhD, just get a dog. Okay? And he puts on the dog barking noises.
Which is so disrespectful.
Girl, listen. the man is out to lunch. But, okay. I'm not so much concerned about the money because I make my own money. But I am concerned about a man having a certain level of intellectualism. And that is fair or not is often found in men who are making more middle to higher income. Not always. Absolutely not. There are definitely exceptions to that rule. But I want somebody who understands my experiences, who can have, conversations about current events.
And not be an asshole. Not be an a-hole. Not be an asshole.
Who have critical thinking skills, right? Who value education. Those are just things that are important to me.
And there are plenty of men out there who value education. Only uneducated lames will feel like your education is too much, too high, taking up their time. You're gonna die alone because you choose your education. You don't waste the time. There's no hope. It's too late. That's the same thing for men who never ever stop being whores. And later on in life, when they get older, they want to settle down and get with a young tenderoni. Be married, have more kids, be in a relationship. Your time is up, sir.
And he laughed at me when I said I want to be able to shut it up.
And we can laugh at him for being an old ass man and still ain't got no woman.
About politics with my man. He said men don't want to talk to women about politics.
Some men, not all men. He get on my nerves how he try to generalize, categorize. All men. He don't speak for all men. Let me say that one more time. He don't speak for all men. He speak for men who is broken, who is frustrated, who is angry, who needs therapy themselves. He help men who have been rejected all their life. And so they come back seeking revenge just to talk about black women and complain about them like bitches. Period. Big facts.
Politics. So if a high value man doesn't want to have an intellectual conversation with me, doesn't want to date me because I'm 40 and he thinks my eggs are all dried up, and he thinks that because I wear a size 12 or larger that I'm just, oompa loompa out here, then I got news for you. I don't want that kind
She said she got news for you, Kevin.
of man. What makes you think I want a man like that, Kevin?
Who want a man like that? Who need to go to therapy? Who want a crazy man? Who need to be in a straight jacket or something? Who want that? Who want that leftover man? That leftover old man? Who want that? Word in the street. Kevin paid for coochie. Who's thirsty and desperate? Old men still paying for coochie in 2021 and they don't think nothing wrong with it? Sir.
Come on now. Anywho.
Evidently, you don't qualify for the young girls that you talk about. That's a 5'6", the little skinny, little petite ones. That's so healthy and feminine and fit, cooperative. But black women are masculine, right? We strong and independent. Y'all try to say we can do it all. We want to be men. We could never be y'all. Y'all got a penis. We got vajayjays, vaginas. Seat therapy serves. Stop blaming us. We don't want to be seen with y'all. We stop talking about us. Just talk about them other women y'all talk to.
I also want to appreciate, I also want to address the examples I made of women in my life who are also single. Women who I kind of refer to as my big sisters or my aunties, who are also, single, successful, brilliant, beautiful bosses out here. Okay? And so he asked me if they're fit. And I said no. Because they're not. To his standard, they're not size 3/4s and 5/6s. They're not. The average.
And all women are not like that. All women are not skinny, petite.
Size for a woman, period, not just black women, in this country is a size 12. Y'all know that? Okay. So he is really looking at these tiny little petite women.
How they call us big women all types of names? They need to start calling these skinny women names too. And I ain't talking about the skinny women that's picknishes. Yes, I am talking about the skinny women that's picknishes. But to the skinny women who love us big women, we love y'all, sis. But the ones that's picknishes, like Catfish X, Jessica X, Biggest Pick Misha, First Pick Misha, and then you got Tiffany M. Draper, and then you got Real Talk, that's fake as fuck. Ugh.
Don't get me started because I think that's a whole nother child fetish type of situation.
And then Real Talk got the nerve to be sitting there talking about somebody big and somebody big Shirley, but she big herself. And Tiffany M. Draper, I think she got a little meat on her bones. These women, so that's how it is now. Women bullying women, caping for misogynistic men. And then I told her to look up the definition of misogynist men. Hello.
You asked me to, but anyway, don't let me go there. So when he asked me if they were fit, I said no. And he refers to women who don't want to get married, who are.
He tried to force marriage on all women. From what I see, this man tried to force all women to be married. You cannot force people to be married. You cannot force people to be in relationships. You cannot force people to be slaves to men. Period. Stop it. Stop trying to force women to give up their freedom to be with dusties.
Okay with being single as miserable and are destined to die alone.
And that is not true.
I knew this because I had watched several of his videos prior.
Plenty of people have debunked what he say, and it's not true about the dying alone, honey. People die alone for many reasons. Many reasons. That's not it. Try again, Kevin. Try again. Try again.
But the framing of this video, and I honestly, I regret it wholeheartedly. Yeah.
He wanted to exploit you like he do all women, to make fun of them and pick on them for his male followers, for his boyfriends. You know, he get a good group. You know, he get amused. It make him feel good to pick on black women for their flaws, imperfections. They body structure, how much they weigh, they height, they dress size. Real men don't do that. I talk to real men every day, including my man. They don't act like that. They don't think like that. They don't dress like that. And they not one-sided and just listen to a freaking stranger on the internet. Kevin Samuels is a stranger. All these subscribers he got, no real clients. They act like them. They talk like them. They even try to dress like them. These men don't know how to be themselves. They want to be Kevin so bad. And it's sad because they still ain't got no woman.
I said they're not fit, and I said yes. Some of them are miserable. Some of them are very.
They're always talking about they know that a lot of black women are single and alone, but they single and alone.
Be happy single. But those were his words that I was reiterating, not mine. And so I am so mad at myself for allowing him to manipulate me into speaking his language, because that is not at all the light in which I look at my sisters, my big sisters, my aunties, my role models in this world. Okay? So I just wanted to clear that up as well. And ladies, I don't know about you, but yeah, I think I would.
You should counsel him and stop watching him. I don't stop watching him. Honey. Listen, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, it mess with your mind. It mess with your mind because he toxic. I don't watch him. I hear about him, but I don't watch him. I still do reactions, but I don't watch him. I'm not giving him the time or the energy. I'm not giving him what he wants. Too many black women giving him what he wants that's insecure. And sis, you seem like you're a little insecure yourself. You went on now. Don't go on now no more. Don't go on now no more. Because he already catching his karma from his ex-wife. Do not go on now. Please don't.
Rather die alone than lower my standards. And if that's what makes me
keep them standards high. Keep them boundaries high. You still gonna get men. You just not gonna get, if you do, I'm not saying you do, but if you want those type of men that follow Kevin, they gonna see you as not good enough and less than and low value. They want you to lower your standards. Don't lower your standards for nobody. No man, okay?
spoiled ass brat, then so be it. Cheers. Cheers to my brats. Where they at? Hey. Anyway, that's enough about little Kevin, little hurt boy turned into a bitter, misogynistic, insecure closet.
I'm glad you saw it. Misogynistic. A lot of women have said it. Misogynistic. And those men that follow him is doing the same behavior. They following the same behavior. The blind leading the blind. That's why they still ain't got no woman.
To gay men posing as an image consultant. I'm done talking about him. All right. But I hope you all come back and visit my channel again, because I really want to talk more about a couple things that came out from that video. One, being a black woman and owning our femininity. It's our superpower, y'all. We can be feminine and still be a boss. Okay? So I want to talk about that and what that looks like. I really want to get into some conversations about our spirituality and our wellness rituals in ways that liberate us and not oppress us. All right? So I hope you come back for that. I have some wonderful experts I would like to bring on to interview and share that knowledge with you. And I just want to have real conversations with my girls about dating. What it's like for us out there. Help each other through it. All right? So thank you so much for listening to me ramble on today. And listen, be a brat and be proud of it. Okay? I'll talk.
Period.
See y'all later.